Costa Rica expat life. Information, but not from the newcomer honeymoon point of view, okay? This is Muriel. I'm gonna share, after 7+ years living in Costa Rica, I still do, also some interesting facts that you want to hear about if you're thinking about being a Costa Rica expat and moving here, leaving everything behind, according to what I can tell you now, what we lost after 7 years here. Subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Just click that little icon that you see down at the bottom down below, in the description down below. There's also more information there. Click the bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. It's always Costa Rica living related. By the way, my name is Muriel. I make videos about Costa Rica expat life since I moved here 2018. I come from the Netherlands and I live here thanks to my laptop online business. For those interested straight away in that, like how to make your income here in Costa Rica as digital nomad in a solid way, click the first link down below. It's not that complicated as long as you know what to do. But let's dive right in. Okay, this is what a lot of people don't even experience because they don't make it 7+ years. Why, firstly, do people move to Costa Rica? Because they do get to Costa Rica on, for example, a honeymoon. They fell in love. The other day I was sitting in the ocean with one of our dogs, with Dirk, my husband, and we saw a wedding happening as we were there, like in a hotel at the ocean side. Beautiful, was a small group of people, very beautiful wedding, 20 people, family members. They were obviously from the United States or from Canada. And yeah, it was really beautiful to see. I do know out of experience, because I live here for such a long time, that a lot of people make the decision to live in Costa Rica, but they don't make it that far. Now, I did make it so far and I'm still super happy, but we lost some stuff along the way. Let me tell you what and why. Okay, firstly, a lot of people move to Costa Rica with children, or they start a family in Costa Rica. Now, what happens when those kids grow up? Okay, can you imagine? We moved to Costa Rica, our youngest was almost 8 and our oldest was 14. My oldest is almost 22 now. She moved out of Costa Rica. She went back to the Netherlands. Why? Well, that's her choice. She said Costa Rica has so many limitations for me. The work that I want to do is not available there. The friends that I want to hang out are not living there. So as a parent, I was dreaming about, settling in here as a family of 4, see my kids grow up and have them around me as they start their own lives. But the opposite happened with one of our kids. She moved out. Now we have a really good communication line through video calls and WhatsApp, so you can always communicate. But if you're dreaming about having your kids close, this might go differently as you expected, right? And let's see what our youngest does. He's now 16 and he's still enjoying it. But when he's on his own, financially independent, or when he has dreams that are not possible here to do because it's just limited. There's not a lot of universities here. There are some, but limited. So yeah, our child moved out and she is back in Europe, and that's a long distance. So that's why we lost the close physical relationship. But I love to see my kids grow up and let them go. That's also part of life. But just saying, be aware that this can happen. Secondly, I already mentioned what I do for a living. I am a self-employed online entrepreneur / digital nomad. I don't have a boss. I work for myself. I coach people, I guide people, and I do several things that allows me to live in a particular expensive country. A lot of people lose their online job. They work as digital nomad with a job. Gladly, I cannot lose a job because I don't have a job. But if you are not able to make your living through an online job because you're losing it, because AI is replacing a lot of jobs right now, then you're kind of screwed, right? So that's why I always tell people, go get your finances in place, go get your skill sets in place, go do something now to build a roof, so you don't have to leave Costa Rica to make your living somewhere else because it doesn't work here. And for a lot of digital nomads, it's hard. They are losing jobs. They have to leave their house. They started an Airbnb and they cannot make ends meet because they didn't oversee all the work that has to be done with an Airbnb, maintenance. People are there destroying things in your house, and you know, that's what people lose. They lose the dream. Gladly not my dream, because my living is solid and I don't have an Airbnb. That's my livelihood. Actually, the Airbnb that I sometimes rent out is now, for now, my studio, because I don't feel like having people on my property. So, but that's freedom of choice. So again, if you really want to be self-employed and financial stable to live in a country like Costa Rica and make it up to 7, 8, 9, 10 years for the rest of your life, be sure that you can make a good living. And I love to guide you with that. Just click the first link down below or link in the comments. Let me continue with friends. It's a big reason that a big thing that we lost. Yes, living in Costa Rica expat life is also seeing new friends coming and seeing friends leaving, because it's a favorite expat country and not everyone stays that long. So yeah, I remember after the first year living here, I think we just crushed the first year. Yay, 1 year expat in Costa Rica. We have amazing friends. They decided to move back to Europe. And those were my best friends. We were meeting every week. Our kids were growing up together. And I cried. I was sad. So that's one of the downsides sides of living in Costa Rica. And Costa Rica expat life. Expats come, expats go. If you are here living happily, doesn't mean that everyone else does. So just be aware that you have to get used to it, to be very independent, and that you don't need specific people to feel happy. And maybe that's a tip. It's more like a psychology tip. Dirk and I, my husband and I, are very independent people. I love being with friends. I love hanging out with friends, but I don't mind just being a whole week on my property. First of all, I work from my laptop, so I don't need to go from A to B. I do go to the gym. That brings me out of the house, but I don't really need people to live a happy life. But for a lot of people, their social network is super important. But what if those people just leave when you stay? Can be harsh. Just think about it, prepare yourself for it in your decision to become a Costa Rica expat, that this happens. And that is basically the most important information that I wanted to share in this video. I can continue, but I will make more videos about this. I want to highlight that I love Costa Rica. I'm grateful for the digital nomad easy rules. Basically, Costa Rica is super welcoming digital nomads. So you're 100% legal if your business is outside of Costa Rica, but you live inside of Costa Rica. You can buy property, you can buy a car, you can basically, you are living here in a legit way. I want to highlight that. And that's just always why I always like to give my call to action is working online the way that I do has been my blessing so far. It's not for everyone, I just wanted to highlight it. And for more information, you can just visit the link you see around my video, and I'm happy to guide you to the next step. Just leave your name and email and let's follow up with one another per email. And with that being said, looking forward to read your comments. Maybe you have some things that you want to share according to this topic. Maybe you want to ask something. I'm looking forward to seeing you one day in Costa Rica. If you will be a digital nomad or if you will be a Costa Rica expat. Bye for now. Thank you for watching.